Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Aries Sky Rita Lee's video blog. I am Aries Sky. Good morning. We should have called this Coffee Time with Rita, but my mind is flustered this morning. I got a nice little coffee time show with you this morning that will be interesting. I have to tidy up this office today. Shouldn't take too long to do. Why? Well, we'll get into that. But let's get the other thing set up like I do every morning, which is the emails that I use. Okay, here we go. It says we have a new YouTuber. So if you're new to the channel, hit the like, subscribe, thumbs up button. If you're coming back, or welcome. I'm your host, Fleet Admiral Krabby McCoffee, also known as Aries Sky Rita Lee, or San Juan Island Prepper. Yeah. If you want to donate to my channel and you like my content, you can also give me a gift card. I prefer Amazon, Walmart, or eBay. Now, let's get down to brass tacks this morning. So, this morning I basically wanted to say I turned off my speaker so I can literally do my other task this morning. That's right. That is that I'm going to be going into the computer. I've learned a couple lessons. I want to tell you about this thingy. I was trying to print out some work I needed, and turns out that the computer has a problem with printing. Yeah, so if you have like a black thingy, I use a black theme, because I prefer the dark theme, and if you can't get full dark theme all the time, anyways, I use it, and then my ink went dry on one program, so I have to order more ink. Yeah, that's the first piece of drama, I gotta say. It really pissed me off, I tell you. Couldn't figure it out until my ink went down. Anyways, so anywho, let's just talk about a couple items. Let me just say let me move this a little bit over here. There you go. And a little down. There we go. So, I like you guys to see the mouse from time to time. It's still flashy. It's shiny. Shiny mouse. I want to get another one of these. So, anyways. So, what I'm doing is I'm going into two things. One is I'm going over to my, I like that open new tab feature. Always use that. So, today we got some drama. Apparently I asked for YouTube to go into my studio because I wanted to check on some stuff. Shout out to Mark. It was great seeing Mark the other day. Here we go. Let's just do this. I said YouTube Studio. It opened up something else yesterday or today, and I was like, what the heck is that? Alright, here we go. So, a lot of people wanted to see. I like to see if there's any new comments too. So, shall we get into coffee time with Rita? So this morning I have some interesting information for you guys. I know it's been 2 days. A lot of you people are saying, the live feature is a lot better than the non-live features. And they want more live features. Some of you want non-live feature. I want to thank Trent. Found out he joined, I think it was Instagram. Yeah, thanks Trent. So, a lot of you wondering what's going on. Well, the title is self-explanatory, okay? So, I want to tell you a couple stories, okay? So, it goes like this. So, Chloe, of course, turns around, and I get on the radio. Radio's right here, by the way. She'll need to charge hers, I think. Anyways, so, got the radio. Nice little radio. They're cellular based. We pay monthly. And, lo and behold, I'm ready to tell you the story. Lo and behold, Chloe turns around, and I get on the radio because the phone's not working. So, to me, I'm thinking, there must be something going on, right? Yeah, so it turns out, apparently, Chloe, of course, gets on the radio and says, I'm not going to tell you where she was. That's confidentiality. But she says, oh yeah, I was kicked out. Now, first of all, I'm at my morning coffee, or trying to have my morning coffee. That was yesterday, okay? I was kind of like, what the fuck? Not even 90 days, right? So, if we look at the calendar, she's supposed to leave the 9th, right? So, if we look at the calendar, yes, I got planners everywhere. So, you got 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So, she got through 69 days of her program, minus saying a couple days here to help me out, right? All of a sudden, she says to me, I don't want to talk about it. I said, well, there's got to be something I can do. No, there's nothing you can do. Well, it went downhill, alright? Way downhill. And today, I want to tell you what happened. I know Josh and Willie love drama, especially Josh. So, Chloe turns around, and let's try this coffee out. It's a new blend. It's called Rita Blend number 5. I blend my own coffees from time to time, see what's best. 3 different Kona coffees this morning, or Kona blends. Not bad. A little strong, but not bad. When you make your own blends, you can also make your own strength of caffeine too. At the time, so I took 3 scoops of different. Might have been like 4 scoops. Anyways, so basically, she's like at the bus stop, and I said, "Well, what gives?" Well, she didn't want to explain the whole thing until she's gets here, right? And I said, okay, cool. And she gets here. She says, and I heard half the story, and the story goes that this guy, again, I like to get a rise from time to time. I did this to my brother the other day. Apparently he was mad, but guess what? He's always trying to get a jolly out of me, so payback's a bitch, isn't it? So, I said something to my adopted brother the other day about Donald Trump being his king, just being funny, and he didn't like it. It's like, dude, everywhere I go, I hear people saying you voted. People voted for a dictator. They want a dictator. They pray for a dictator. Well, we won't go there. I don't want to get my channel blocked or banned because we're not here to talk about Donald Trump. We're here to talk about everyday modern problems, right? So, anyways, basically, what happened is I'm just setting up here for top chats to live chats. So, basically what happened was Chloe turns around and has an argument, right? She tells me, she got into an argument with a guy and his wife. The wife's Inuit, apparently Eskimo. Cool. Eskimos are cool. And this American guy who believes Donald Trump and his entire family is going to be a monarchy for this country. We just got our first king again after King Charles III or King William III. We kicked out of Willie III, I believe. Anyways, so what happened? Apparently, they kicked Chloe out, right? Because Chloe didn't say the whole story. Chloe was like, she cut herself on their nails. They said, go to triage. She says, fuck you, I'm not going to triage. She was talking about, she said something about, getting suicide type things, right? And instead of, they said go to triage or leave. And so Chloe's like, fuck you. And so Chloe basically left. And they gave her stuff, and they took away her card and kicked her out of the homeless shelter. And instead of them making sure she got to triage, which wouldn't have done her any good, we'll get to that in a minute. Then she turned around and she literally got to the bus depot, and she worked her way south, all the way to me, while having the radio on. Phone's, I don't know what happened to the phone. I think I made it disappear. Yeah. Because I've never asked for it today. But anyway, so she gets all the way here. And I finally said to her, look. I had a little chat with her. I said, look, you can't let people take print in your head. So you're angry that the election didn't go your way. So you're angry you got this, what was it that one guy called Trump supporters, Trump humpers? Anyways, I think that's what it was. Anyways, they literally said something of the other, which is just funny, okay? I'm neutral, okay? Literally said something of the fact that, the monarchy thing, and I'm like, oh, you can't let it get to you. That's the thing. I mean, Chloe's mom has a few problems herself, and she's medicated for it. Chloe, of course, Chloe's like, oh, I need to find my meds. Yeah, but you always get off your meds. That's the problem. So she's like, well, I'm going to wear something slutty. And the thing is if you truly believe in religion, you can't let this bother you, you know. That's the thing. You can't let it bother you. I mean, last night, I read another surah. I mean, literally, if you read this, you got Surah 11. I'm on Surah 11 right now. My bathroom surah is, what is my bathroom surah at? My bathroom surah is this one. No, this Bible is the one I read, right? So I'm on Surah 2. I haven't even started Surah 2. Yeah, see, this is the one I use in the bathroom. Now, last night, I decided to take up reading the NLT and the MEV. The MEV being Modern English Bible, so I could read everything Jesus said and read. Yeah, it's a good little hobby, you can understand. So, basically, then Chloe said to me last night, she says, I don't know how you can handle, opposition and still believe. Simple. I've never faltered, is what she said. Thing is I don't falter. God is always with me. I get up in the morning. I do what God tells me. He says, go and do the video this morning. Or go give Willie and Joshua our drama. So I did. I turned off my sound so I don't have to hear it. So, anyways, let me just tell you a story, okay? So, anyways. So anywho, I got a story for you that's interesting. Right? I'm not going to read you the whole thing because it's not your guys' information, but let me put that there. So the story goes, right? So Chloe gets here, and I tried to tell her, you can't let these Trumpers live in your damn head. Yeah, why? Because it isn't right? And so, basically, she turns around and she gets angry, okay? Whoever voted for Donald Trump, it's on your head. So if, if something happens, and our country goes down the toilet, it's fine. I'll accept that. We'll just blame it on the voters, right? That's fine. Everyone voted for, everyone like the Republicans already voted, blamed the Democrats. That's all it is. It's a blame game. We'll blame the Democrats. Well, literally. So you got all these things happening and, it is going to be an interesting time for the next 3 years and 5 months, okay? Literally, we've already got through 7 months, okay? Now, I got bad health, okay? You all know this. This is one of the things I talk about. I try not to stress, okay? Now, a lot of you out there, who I love dearly as YouTubers, you guys are great, coming on and enjoying the drama show and so forth and so on. And I decided this morning would be a good morning before I start my day because it's going to be a busy, hectic day. I got Chloe sitting there. You know, Chloe, the thing about Chloe is she needs to realize this is my home. I can throw her out at any given time, okay? And the reason I say this is I'm not tolerating any crap. That's the thing. Thing is I want peace, okay? I don't want to be argued with over threats. You know, for example, I have goals this morning. My goal is tidy office, tidy hall, tidy kitchen, tidy living room. Won't take that long. Vacuum, sweep and mop the floors. Bathroom's already done last night. Sweep and mop will take a while because it takes me time to move everything out again, and you know I gotta sweep and mop tomorrow too. And you're thinking, uh-oh, yeah, we got this. Now let me read you this, and we'll continue with Chloe in a second. It says, it came in while Chloe was cooking. We're notified of a Washington State inspector named John. Will be here on Thursday, the 21st. A guy named John. Isn't that interesting, right? I highlighted that. In the afternoon, inspect the property, parking lot, and inside of tenant units. Wow. This is a notification to enter inspect as we do not know what units he'll be looking at that day, so we should all be ready. Wow. Again, this is your notification for entry. Please be ready if he should choose your unit. Also, any abandoned cars that have flat tires or expired tabs will be subject to be tagged and towed. Wow. That's a nice threat. The manager makes these threats and guess what happens? Nothing. Please also clean up your porches and common areas, entryways. Yeah. We want the property to be pristine. When the Washington State inspector comes and shows him that we love our home and are grateful. We love our home and we're grateful. Really? That's something new? Why would we want to love our home and be grateful? Because, well, it is what it is. Now, you can sit there and say, cool. Now, with me, of course, I just wanted to say something isn't kosher there. Yeah. I don't know what it is. So last night I asked the manager about I'll share with there we go. Not the whole email, but basically a piece of it, which when I asked her about what's going on, because I'm keeping a record here. It says, she was told by upper management yesterday, this was yesterday by the way, today is a new day, that there was going to be inspection, so she had to rush out and give the inspection notice. But by state and federal law, you have to give 48 hours notice. So she gave it at 4:30 in the afternoon to 6:30. I mean, she didn't give us the full 48 hours. That's problem one, right? So there's a complaint on the property. Okay, I've heard rumors going around, anyways, right? People are threatening to get rid of the manager, right? Says, I cannot release the details of the complaint. However, I can tell you that I'm getting concerns taken care of. Really, what concerns? And taking care and protecting all the tenants in our property. Well, really, what is the tenants of property? You got a fence that's destroyed, basically, fell down. You got another fence you got holes on the property. You can't even fill. The potting soil you bought became mud. By the way, mud because of rain. There's a drama, right here. And then you have I asked if I'm being targeted, and my father-in-law last night said, no, you're not. And then we asked about moving to building 2, Apparently, my neighbor last night messaged me, sweetheart. She said to me, I hope they move to building 2 and check her place because she wants the damn pipes to be fixed. They have to tear up the entire parking lot. Apparently, that's an expensive job they don't want to do because sewage is backing up to building 2. That's one of the reasons why the old lady apparently left, and that's why the manager was not cleaning the old lady's unit yet. They shipped the old lady out. Now, you guys are sitting there thinking, and Willie and Josh is like, oh, more drama, please, more drama, please. I got more for you guys this morning, so hang with me. So last night, I tried to clean, okay. Now, my father-in-law and Chloe's mom, I'll get to the drama in a second. Father-in-law asked me how much cleaning that I did. I said a lot. So today I got a cleaning log right there in my book here. This is my to-do list log, by the way. I have a log. And in my log is all my to-do list in this little black book. It's nearly filled, so technically I told Chloe I got to get another one. So if you guys want to donate, feel free to. But anyways, we're not here to mooch, so I'm here to talk and give you the update. So then she turns around and she calls her mom. She was hoping her mom would donate some money to her cause because, well, she's not doing too well. Yeah, so... Sorry about this. This is my work list. I moved some papers and stuff. I got to tidy up my office so it shouldn't take too long. So, anyway. So, what happened was she turns around and her mom says, well, I heard the whole story and she got mad. Chloe threatened to put a restraining order against her mom out of anger. Look, first of all, I told Chloe this time and time again, I'm not going to take sides, okay? If Trumper turns around and attacks and says, oh, yeah, I can't wait to have a Trump dynasty. I'm going to have a Trump dynasty. Everyone's going to bow down and kiss Trump's ass the rest of their life. We're going to have Trump Jr., Trump Barron. We're going to have the whole Trump family be kings and queens for us. Fuck the America. What we knew. We need Trump and we have to have a monarchy. First of all, and we can get rid of the trannies. We can get rid of the gays and bis. We can get rid of the freeloaders. Oh, really? You're a veteran who's homeless. Maybe we should just have Trump sign an executive order. Homeless people get rounded up. Wow, isn't that nice? Let's pick up that homeless Trump guy then and have him sent to the loony bin. See, I'm not like that. But, there's people out there who would think that, you see. So Chloe, of course, she's angry. She's basically combative. She thinks this guy is insane. Well, maybe he is because, but let me just say for the record and for the drama here, because I'm not going to go and defend Chloe on everything, but I don't know the whole story with the Trumper guy, okay? And I don't care because, frankly, I wasn't there, so I'm only hearing third-party reports, okay? Which means coming from Chloe, or second-party reports. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just what it is, right? So, anywho, so that is one of the things I wanted to share with you. And Chloe's mom got combative, and, they got into a heated argument. Well, I'm trying to clean the bun cage, right? I'm trying to keep the bun cage. I gotta get it clean. So today's plan is sweep, mop, vacuum, tidy up the place. I mean, literally, I got till like 10 o'clock tonight. So I got to juggle coffee with cleaning, with treadmill, with dinner, which I haven't even figured dinner out yet. I skipped lunch. And I got to jump on and do this and that. And the thing is everything has to be done in a certain way. So then I have to plan my meals carefully. Yeah. So technically I have to plan my meals carefully, and that means what it means. And so I have to plan carefully. Freezer's full, okay? The good Lord has a plan. Plan is great. I got a notification. Do you want Zoom? Do you want Zoom? It's all these people trying to sell you something. Yeah, it's like I really don't want anything about, I don't really want an AI compatible Zoom, it's hard to say. So, however, I will tell you, I do like SparkMail, so SparkMail is pretty cool. So, back to the story today, okay, so basically, Chloe gets mad, right? And that's all she's done, is she's getting combative. And I'm not going to sit here and say, woe is me, right? But I did tell Chloe, that it is my home, my rules, and she's got to follow them. No politics. That's first rule. Secondly, is I got to get this place clean, so no arguments. Third, she sits there and she says her religion was broken. Your religion wasn't broken. If you had religion, you'd basically be holding on to it strongly and letting God guide you. I mean, literally. So, here's what happened, okay? So, she turns around and she gets into a confrontation with a Trumper, cuts herself. She's got some deep cuts, like razor blade cuts, but actually it's like nails or something. Poor girl, but, you know, you can't control yourself. Then you turn around and you literally say something like suicidal thoughts or something, right? And they say, okay, triage. And Chloe's like, fuck you. So they said, okay, here's your stuff. We're taking your card away until you go to triage, right? So what did Chloe do? She packs up and leaves. Tells me, yeah, I'm not going to go to triage. But now she can't find her meds. And that's the weird thing. So, not trying to find her meds. Unstable. Thing is that the thing is, I was going to send her out this morning to her therapist to tell her therapist or get her set up again while she's here. I have negative clue how long she's going to be here. But, that is what it is, right? So, then I'm got up, right? Got up and got everything done. I made corn dogs last night. Had a box, a whole large jumbo corn dogs. I wanted to sample the jumbos at Costco. And Moppy, of course, last night stole 2 hot dogs. Apparently, he was more interested in Chloe's hot dogs she left on the table, so I hopped up in the chair and started eating them. It's like, dude, put them in a Ziploc bag if you're done. You just lost a couple hot dogs. Well, it is what it is for Moppy, right? Yes, Moppy gets a little hot dog. So, anyway, so what happened was, you know, Chloe's trying to help me with the cleaning, but Chloe's basically making all these threats, too, like going down to this girl, Kira. I don't care if she goes to Kira. I don't really care. Because, frankly, I'm not putting up with the coming into my home, talking politics, abusing her mom, which, by the way, her mom didn't deserve it. Her mom was trying to say, look, I'd like to understand without basically being confrontational, but Chloe corresponds to say, my mom wants to blame me. Well, I'm not going to blame Chloe, okay? There's a mental illness underneath, but the problem is she can't control her damn temper. She wants to blame everyone but herself. And, I mean, look, she wants to blame my manager. Manager said to me, look, Chloe wants to live here, then Chloe's going to have to pull her own weight. Yeah? Same thing. If Chloe wants to get her apartment, she's going to have to pull her own weight. Yeah? So, thing is, Chloe can't just sit there and say, oh, well, if you're going to kick me out, then I'm going to go with Kira. Doesn't work that way. The point is, I'm the one paying the bills. Thing is, you're here as a guest. Where are you going to go? You're going to live under a bridge and be rounded up and sent off to a imagined mental hospital that they shut down them? I mean, if you filled up Eastern and Western State, they'd have to build upper to about 500 floors just to hold all the homeless in the state. Yeah, I mean, these are ideas people don't think about. So the thing is, Chloe needs to realize there's a logistical answer here. And the logistical answer is what it is, you know. And so to me, it is pretty doggone funny. And then you have other issues. Like, for example, I want to talk to you about the drama going on with the thingy. So my father-in-law turns around and he promises if I pay more for... That's why I'm kind of semi-broke. Because the Bible, remember I showed you guys the Bible, the thing imploded basically. I don't know what the heck happened, okay. So, Bible gets imploded and dear old dad turns around and says you need to buy a new one. Wow, for my birthday. So I got to pay $60. So I got to double the price, right? Because I won't go through... So he says, well, I was hoping the refund would replace it. Currently, the refund went from dropped off, initiated August 10th, to refunds going to be issued September 30th. So, how's that work with Amazon is beyond me. So, my father-in-law tells me outright to quote unquote go ahead and order a new one, right? So, and then out of all the Amazon things, remember I had that paper I ordered, right? My paper came in, I got the paper up there, printer's loaded, I'm running out of ink, so if you guys want to donate, that'd be fine. I'll take a gift card for ink. So it says right here that currently my package was loaded on a truck on August 13th. Then all of a sudden it returned on August 15th. And then it said on August 18th, packages arrived at facility and is being processed yesterday. Tells you right there what you need to know, people. The entire thing. I'm just looking right here. It's just wild. So that's the thing. So they're trying to force me to get a refund, and it's the 20th. I'm just wondering, should I or should not? It'll be an interesting time, I tell you. So, anyways, what else can I say this morning besides we got some live chat this morning from please name LO. Take the name, please. Harsh Kumar. Welcome, Harsh Kumar. Yes, there you go. It says take name. See, I have to look on my screen here. So, anyways. So, my adopted brother said to me he wanted you guys to have some drama. So, that's what we're doing this morning. Doing a little drama talk. Yes. So anyways, I'm checking on my saved stuff. I always do it every morning, groceries, etc., and it's pretty expensive. I mean, last night I told my dad I wanted a couple things, and he's like, well, it's payday. Payday's coming. And I was like, okay, cool, payday's coming. So, so I was really excited about that. Everything I was asking about, Bible-wise, couldn't do it. Yeah, I was, And food right here is going up and going down. So I've been watching the food supplies for a while going up and down. That's one of the things I check every morning for you guys. And there's my ink. It's $43.99. I can see if there's a 1-pack too I could probably buy just to keep printing out. Maybe that's what I need to do. But right now I can't do anything due to the fact that I don't have any ink because of the error on the computer problem. There we go. So then we're looking at a couple other items anyways for our project. As Chloe and I are talking about. Chloe was really, upset last night. And I said, look, if you want to give up your religion, you don't need to buy your hijabis. Yeah, that's the thing. She's like, well, I need my hijabis. Well, you don't need your hijabis. You want your hijabis. But if you're giving up your religion, then you don't need to really buy hijabis, right? So I thought that was an interesting concept. So, anyways, and then every morning as I do this, I check on pricing on my sales at Walmart because I'm a Plus member. And Chloe wanted like chocolate and she wanted other things, and I was like, okay, and so these are items, and as the head of household, like I said, I'm the head of household, so I get to make the decisions, and as long as Chloe gives me a head of household, I'm not going to allow Chloe to sit there and treat people like crap when she's basically sitting there saying, there's no God. And so to me, it is pretty dang sad. Oh, by the way, this month I got to buy light bulbs. Apparently we're running light bulbs, and I got to buy an 8-pack of of batteries. So I'm hoping to get a lot of stuff shipped in soon. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. So I go through every morning, and, you know, Chloe's like, oh, what do we do about this? What do we do about that? And it's like, so apparently my father-in-law, you know, he's like, well, I'll take a laptop for Christmas. Well, if I'm going to be giving laptops, I might as well give my adopted brother Ted one, too. As long as Ted gives me his damn address, I'll give him one, too. Yeah, probably that'll perk Ted up. He's probably bored as hell anyways, going, oh, bored! Give me drama! I need to know what's going on! Yeah. Anyways, I don't even know if I set the live up for the live caption. I think I did, but anyways, it's just, I don't want to go into details there, but what I do want to do is I got two things I want to check this morning. One is how much a ink cartridge going to cost. So maybe a dual pack, not triple. I used the triple. So let's see here. All right, so let me see here. I don't want to pay the genuine. The generic's fine by me. So let's see. There's I haven't tried a lot of brands yet, so I'm just oh, here we go. $28. Yeah, there we go. It's 28. Oh, this is for color. I don't want color. Do they have any in black and white too? Just pure black? Because that one's pretty good. Unfortunately, I want just straight up black. Let's see. Because I just want straight up black. So what you do is you look for the brands that are by who sells it, and then you're good to go. Yeah. And I just need straight up black. These ones are just pure color. You know, they're like color, black. It's like, well, I don't want color, black. I want pure black, and they won't give it. So I'm like, yeah. So anyways, that's something that I was working with this morning with you guys is, you know, to find out where my brand is. See, there's like 13 pages, right? And no, let's just choose. Brother. Yeah. So, oh yeah, we choose the brands right here. Let's see. All right. So this is what we need, but this one's just giving us all both, and I just want straight up black. Like this one here. Oh, wait. Here we go. This is pure black right here. There we go. That's what we want. There we go. So it's $28. So there we go. So $28 for 2 black carts. Yeah. So I'll take this. Yeah. No, right. There you go. So I got it set. We're good to go. So as soon as this comes in, I will take care of this. There we go. And I'll put it in my shopping cart. So shopping done. See? And that will just basically be perfect for what I need. So, yeah. So anyways, I find that to be very good. So, anywho, back to our discussion. So, because, you know, I'd like to get done sometime today. So, anyways, anyways, so where were we? So then we had the apartment drama, like adopted brother would say. He'd be like, "Oh, well, that's great." Yes, it is. It actually is great. So I'm happy about that. I'm not happy with my father-in-law. Except that drama's pissing me off. Turning around, telling me he'd replace the value of what I spent because he spent like 30, I spent like 60 plus tax, and then he's like, "Oh well, oh, we're good, right?" And it's like, are we good? Yeah. Yeah. So I saw there's this Simply Tropical Pineapple hard malt beverage. It looks pretty good, but anyways, we're not here to talk about malt beverage. We're here to. I'm looking for that printer thing on that thing. But anyways, I was told I had to go buy some light bulbs, so might as well start stockpiling light bulbs as a prepper. You never know when you need to stockpile light bulbs, you know. But anyways, there we go. So this is the yeah. So we got the same thing here. It comes with 2 cartridges. That's what we need. Just dual cartridges. So anyways, one more run to do, and then we're done with our pricing for the day. But anyways, I don't mind talking. So Chloe, of course, is in the other room. I told Chloe that they need to sorry, under thing. So Chloe, she needs to what do you call that, my friends? It was an itch under my arm, my armpit. I told Chloe to reflect that, you know, because, you know, when she stormed out right after all the things she did, and she would, after the Trumper did the Trumper damage to her, she turned around and she got mad. And I was like, "Chloe, take chill pill." She's like, "I don't want to take chill pill." And I'm like, "Chloe, take chill pill." She's like, "I don't want to take chill pill," right? So what happened is Chloe turns around and doesn't want to take chill pill. Hey, my noise canceling headphones went down in price. That'll be a blessing by itself. It says get it in 8 days, so yeah, well. So apparently, yeah, here we go. So I'm just checking the thing. I was looking for something specific. Here we go. So, emails coming in, trickling in this morning. Wish we just frickin' have the... Ugh. So apparently there's this problem with my email from time to time where it doesn't want to basically register that I'm putting stuff in the frickin' trash. Hold on a sec. There we go. So apparently what you have to do is you got to go over here because it's still not registering. I hate when this happens. And you go to the little box here and you go to there. And then you open it up again. And it should be fine. So then it'll sync itself. So anyway, so basically, I didn't get to finish my pricing anyways, but you see how much I got to go through. Oh, there it goes. So apparently, there it goes. So yeah, it was an error again. You know, once in a while, brother or my adopted brother would say, "Well, that's because you got 5 email things opening up or whatever." Not really. So basically, I wanted to share that with you all. Now, let's get down to the brass tacks. Now, Chloe, of course, turned around and. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to go after Chloe in any way, shape, or form. Chloe has her own problems. But she was angry because she wanted to ask her mom about money because she's short. I had to give Chloe the last of my money to get here because she has nowhere to go. Now she's like, well, I gotta care. I gotta care. Go for it. Go to care. Don't care. Thing is, you can't hold that against me. Thing is, am I holding anything against you? No. I'll tell you what I'll hold against you. You come into my home. You're sitting there. By the way, I've never seen anyone eat that much in a while, but it's fine for food, you know. And I still gotta buy hot dogs, buns, hamburger buns, and a few other items, and yet I'm a kind, caring person. Yeah. And why am I a kind, caring person? Because I am. So anyways, let's just get this done. So basically, I need to finish my pricing real quick, and we could talk. I should use my AI, artificial intelligence, today to ask a question. You know, maybe I'll do that later. But anyways, I just like to finish these pricing out. You know, so she turns around, she gets angry, and I'm like, dude, I'm here to help you, and I don't need to have or be attacked for something that I didn't do. I mean, I love all people, right? So to me, you shouldn't come over and attack me for whatever reason because you want to attack me for it. There. So I fixed the email thing. So I do have multiple email clients open. I have MailSpring, which I love. It's got the little thing that says sent by MailSpring. And then I got Spark Mail. And then I have EM Client open. EM Client's a good one. Great. See, this is the frickin' problem when you have EM Client. You gotta go all the way to your Gmail. And then you gotta go to your trash can to remove an email that basically, because when I went to click on the one, it decided it was going to throw away my apartment manager's email. So it says right here, move to inbox. See? There. There. So, anyways, I just wanted to share that with you all. There we go. We close this. There. So, pricing is done. And yet, like I said with Chloe, she wants to sit there and make threats. Go for it. Because frankly, I don't have time for these threats. What I do have time for is to give my compassion to those who deserve it. Not to be attacked by someone who's angry and bitter. I mean, look, you see me bitter? No. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, well, if you had true faith, you'd be 5 prayers a day if you want to be Islam. Reading your Quran. By the way, I was just reading a book last night. I don't remember what book it was. There was a book about... Oh! I think it was... I think it was this one. I believe it's this one, maybe? I think. Let me look. Because there was an interesting thing in it. I was looking up, I think it was Galatians. Negative. It wasn't Galatians. But this is the Haley's Bible. I always use these guidebooks for things, right? So, basically, I believe it might have been this one with Ray C. Stedman. But there was this thing in it. I might show Chloe this today. Maybe it interests her. Anyways, let me see here. There's John. I was reading John. Yes, here it is. World's Approach to Salvation. It was an interesting read. It Hinduism, salvation achieved by renouncing the world and relenting ourselves to the spirit of the universe. Buddhism, salvation achieved by living according to the 8 principles: right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. I believe that was Mahatma Gandhi. Judaism, salvation achieved by keeping the law. Islam, salvation achieved by praying 5 times a day, giving alms, fasting during the month of Ramadan, and obeying all of the commands of Allah. Unitarianism, salvation achieved by having good character. And humanism, salvation through service to human kindness. Well, isn't that an interesting thing? You know what? We're going to bookmark that there. Because I'd like to share that to Chloe. You see? I always try to strive to be a better person. So, yeah. But anyways, this book's pretty good. I got this for like $9 a long time ago. Brand new. And it comes in handy for guidance at times. I was reading guidance last night, actually, and it was really interesting. And that's something that was funny because when Chloe went to bed, I was still reading my Bible. And I was reading the Fire Bible and the NLT. So, yeah. I just thought I'd share that with you all. So, I thought it might have been very interesting due to the fact that, yeah. So, hold on. $5 crafted pizza. So you got all these crappy emails that come in. It's like, do you want the $5 crafted pizza? Well, where is the $5 crafted pizza? I want to see the $5 crafted pizza. Here we go, Pizza Hut. A $5 crafted pizza. 5 mouth-watering recipe and 5 mouth-watering tube. Yeah, so it's like, please order and get a $5 crafted flats. I don't want a flats, man. See? When they say $5 flatted pizza and you think, you know, I can't get there anyway. So, anyways, so this morning, like I said, is a beautiful morning. Sun's out. And I decided before I start my day, I would get on here and talk to you guys about the drama. Give you guys something to strive for this morning. Like Willie and Joshua. Joshua said in the community, again, I want to give a shout out to Josh. He said that William said he sent me a gift card. Would love another one, Willie, if you wish. My birthday was this is my birthday month, so yeah, my father-in-law just said to me, another drama thing, that are you well aware that in 3 to 4 days your husband has died 9 years ago? Wasn't even thinking about it. I've been so busy trying to deal with everything else. It's just been down the toilet. So, anyways, yeah, and then Joshua says you must love all people. I do, but still, I have to look into oh yeah, Willie says this is 2 months ago. I see that you're off the band. Yeah, got banned for something stupid. Yeah. So, anyways, Joshua says, but my advice is real life drama. Hit me up with some more of that. Yeah, okay. So, are you gonna start to pay to play for drama, Josh? I just have to ask. Yeah, maybe you'd like throw a bone to me once in a while. Anyways, I have some paper towels here. Yes, I do. Good. So, hold on a second, guys. Ugh. Alright, so, anyways, so I just want to shout out to Josh and them. A lot of drama, like I said this morning. Chloe's basically angry. And Chloe's right to, but at the same time, she shouldn't be taking it on other people who's trying to take care of her. Thing is, it is what it is. And so, you know, Yeah, well, Joshua basically was, yeah, he said, um, you know, drama 2 months ago, taking advantage of you. He said, you know, Chloe is taking advantage of you and everyone. Well, not to a point. I mean, to a point, maybe to a point not, but still, she's got mental illness. So, it's not unchristian to know when someone's thinking, yeah, well, I try to avoid a lot of people. Yeah. Could you recap all the video characters? I have to agree, not working people, disabled, starve, or dissental to social safety net. These are the minority. The real argument on the definition of disabled and who qualifies. Yeah, well, in this day and age, I can go into details of who qualifies Josh, but the problem is my adopted brother, well, you keep his name out of it, has been getting screwed over for almost 3 years, man. So, yeah. It's not the government job to feed you, clothe you, shelter you. Yeah, pretty much, you know. I agree there to a point. These area minority do not feel the real argument comes to the definition of disabled. Yeah, hold on. It's a good prosper like a curse for people incompetent. To a point, yes. So Josh said this is entertainment. Yeah, and then Trent Briggs. Good to see Trent. Yeah, I'm just looking over the comment. He was talking about the other day. Pricing's high. Yeah, I mean, literally everything's high, dude. I mean, I cannot believe how much high we're having right now for the entire thing. You know, I mean, think about it. In my opinion, it is what it is. Okay, so apparently what happened was in the homeless shelter was Chloe said Chloe was wearing a mask, like a MAGA, not like a mask to cover herself from coughing, and they said don't cough, and Chloe's like, well, and then they got into it, and then the Trumper attacked her, and she defended herself, and in the end, well, it is what it is. So. And then your old mom was was saying, look, you know, you can't basically let people take rent in your head. Be right back. Coffee refill. And what happened? Chloe got angry and said she was going to put a restraining order on her mom. What she doesn't mean, she's just angry because no one's coming to her defense. Thing is, Chloe did come up with one idea last night when she was crying. She needs her meds. And she needs to stay on it. And she can't just play med willy-nilly when she wants the meds off and on. So... anyways, she is what she is. I'll be right back, Pete, for coffee.
Majesty,
Yeah.
how's your video?
Shit about you like you fool me.
Oh, seriously?
Yes, we're talking about the whole ordeal with you. So, damn it. So, anyways, everyone, even though I gotta tidy up a few things here, I have a question for you all. Probably doesn't matter, anyways, but I think it would be beneficial. Hold on a second. Never mind. Can I tell you? You tell the damn story. I can't tell the whole damn story the whole damn time. I wasn't talking about comics. I was talking about being that video telling the story from your point of view. So anyways, everyone, I have Chloe here, as you all realize, and yet I just asked Chloe to come on here, if she would, to talk about her point of the story. Yeah. Because unless you guys want to try the text method, she can't come here and see what's going on by text. That's what she said she could do. So, anyways, got a comment that came in. Let me see what we got here. So, anyways, of course it is. So, apparently my adopted, one of my adopted brothers is watching today, talking about my coffee cup. So, anyways. So basically, like I said, I wonder if Amazon, why don't we look this up while we're having a chat here, when you see what happens with Chloe. Do they sell these or do they not? Negative. So apparently this... So, anyways, I was just checking, and I don't see anything, yeah. I don't like how they're, like, trying, they don't have 3-packs in black. I'll just take the 2-pack, then. It works. Yeah. Yeah. They always give you all. Here's a 3 blacks and 2 colors. That's pretty cool. You guys are probably thinking, what the heck? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I was just wondering if there's any other cartridges that would be beneficial, you know. And I guess not. I do think it's funny because when you read this, it tells you how many pages per cartridge, you know, and it's like, okay. So look at this. Exclusive. Buy 2 and get 5% off. Cool. Well, I'd buy 2. Buy 3 and get that, so 8% off. Three blacks and 2 colors. That'd be perfect for me, man. 3 blacks and 2 colors. Yeah, well, I use a lot of black, so that's why I was wondering if there was any, you know, any carts that works. At least they ship within 2 days, so that's a blessing by itself. But anyways, yeah, my adopted brother's like, man, that's a big coffee cup. Of course it is. As long as you can bypass the color ones, you're doing good. I mean, literally, there's like a lot of generics. And you got to look at the reviews, and the reviews say stuff like, yeah, and then you're like, okay, which one? And then you mosey along. I find that whatever works. This is 2XL right here, see? I get those. But they have so many cartridges, it's just mind-boggling. Which one is black? Yeah. And they're always trying to give you a deal. That's why a lot of people learn the hard way once you start getting into, what do you call it, generic, or in a generic where it says remanufactured. Yeah, it works. And then you got to look at the review, you know. The reviews always tell you what you need, you know. So don't you just hate when you try to check on something and it decides to send you to something else? Yeah, it's like, dude, that's not cool. Alright. Oh, this is... So you can get a great deal on these if you know what you're doing. So that's one thing I really do enjoy. And then shopping, you know, because it does help. But I have it already, and what I'm doing is I'm saving these to my shopping cart. That's a prepper's tool. And then I'll go in and fill it up when I need it. Of course, a lot of people say, well, why do you got to do that? Because I can. And I also look at reviews too at the same time. And it's interesting how far you can go to look. Because I prefer the generics myself. It's cheaper. You know, when Zoe was around, I should have recommended that too. So it also depends on how much yield page you need. So, yeah, but basically, you know, it comes to Chloe. I asked Chloe to come on video to explain her story because the point being is I have her story, and it depends on etc. Now a lot of people sit there and say, well, what's with prepping light bulbs? Well, that's because if you buy enough light bulbs, you won't need to buy light bulbs the rest of your life, you see. And so the drama is easy. I mean, literally, my manager will probably be happy I prepped light bulbs. And what happens when you don't need light bulbs? Yeah. And by the way, for some of you out there, you can look at The reviews, like this one's got like 4.3. Only thing is, it's like 99 positive, so it's a new company. But you know, you can always give them a try and see how the color is. Here we go. 3 black. You see that? And the review is 0 reviews. That's where you're like, I don't know. No. And then you just scroll down and you can continue until you can see a lot of people are like buying the regular brand, but I'm not paying for extra large cartridges that may or may not work. The review, you have to have a good review. Good review sells me. No review doesn't sell me. Now then again, as a prepper, my adopted brother would be like, "Oh, you're going to go through whatever," and it's like, yeah. Hearing the little birdies outside. Cheep, 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 cheep. That's my brother, actually. It's talking to my brother. Cheep, 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 cheep. Actually, I think my brother and I both agree, you know, that basically you can be the cheap as you can. But thing is, sometimes you gotta survive that way. Here we go. What do we got here? 6-pack with negative reviews. Someone just came up with a 6-pack just to try to sell. Anyways, I'm not gonna go through all these because, well, it takes too long. Plus, we got enough in our shopping cart already. So we have. So what you do is you save for later. I got like $300 in ink cartridges. Don't need that much, but I will. I may send these links to my adopted brother just to annoy him and be like, which one do you think would be fitting for current needs for right now while I wait. Now, does this show the reviews? Negative. But anyways, I got a whole bunch of them, so we're good. Like I said, I'm just looking at that one. There is the one I'm going to probably buy, but yeah. So oh yeah, my adopted brother, he emailed me. Let's see what he says. Let's see. Dude, I want to see this picture my brother sent. When I was working. So he's got this addiction for Pepsi Cola soda one. Yeah, he'll rot his teeth out there with that. Then again, I should talk and keep the Pepsi minis on hand for those, but so apparently he has this addiction to coffee. Apparently, that's why he's got this jumbo mug that's like really huge. He's trying to say my cup is nothing compared to his. He's always trying to say that. Oh, look at my cup. My cup's better than your cup. My cup's better than your cup. No, I'm sorry to say, but if I want to drink out of a damn teapot, I can. Fortunately, why would we want a teapot, right? So, anyways, so the story goes, like I said, Chloe turns around and gets mad, right? Combative. Hangs up on her mom, gets mad at her mom, makes threats against her mom. Mom had nothing to do with it. Mom's like, look, I heard you got kicked out of the shelter. Now, kicked out is a word that I would say yes. Unfortunately, the problem with Chloe is the shelter will not give any information on the story. That's the thing. So, one of the things I was telling my adopted brother last night is, what do we do about the whole story, you know, because we only hear. We already heard what's going on with you know, so basically the bottom line is, I contacted them. I said, hey, I'd like to hear the story from your guys' point of view. No reply. So apparently they just don't care. So I was telling this to brother Ted last night. You know, I said, or yesterday. The problem is I have so much on my plate. I don't have time magically to turn around and give all my all to helping when I have negative flu. I mean, when you wake up in the morning, you turn around, and you're on the phone or the radio, and you hear, "Oh, got kicked out," and it's like, why? And then you can tell she may or may not have got angry, and you're 69 days in a 90-day program, and you're 69 days in, and then she tried to explain that she got attacked by this Trumper, and they're all in prayers. And it's like, well, who started, right? Who started this? Was it you? You started it? Or was it the redneck Hilljack Trumper? Sorry, got to call him that just because. And yet, so in my opinion, it's complicated. People say, well, and then you got Chloe who's gets angry. I forgot to tell you the whole story, the final part of it, apparently, from the point of view that she tells me. She goes out after this Trumper attacks her, cuts herself with her nails. They say you can stay if you go to triage. She's like, well, fuck you, I ain't going to triage. And then all of a sudden, she turns around and literally gets combative. And then says something to the effect of, F God. There is no God. If there was a God, God, first of all, God is not a vending machine. I'm going to say that to you guys. God's not a vending machine. You don't just sit there and say, dear God, let me win the mega millions, roll into billions, and become a billionaire. It doesn't work that way. God wanted everyone to be a billionaire, he would. But also God left in his holy books, the money's the root of all evil. Of course, we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about other issues. For example, Chloe's angry. Why? Well, how come God trusts the Trumpers over us? God doesn't. God loves everyone. Fortunately, the problem is you basically sit there, you join the Islamic faith for a month, and you're like, oh, I'm going to wear a skimpy whore outfit and walk out and look like a slut. Why? Because you're angry and bitter that the whatever. Last night I'm walking the dog. She's like, the world owes me. The world doesn't owe you shit. The point is people love you, but you can't see that because you're too clouded and for whatever reason. I mean, literally. The thing is, you have to have blessings. I tried to teach her this. You get better blessings if you basically, if you want to be a rebel, go for it. I mean, I'm not going to belittle her. If she wants to give up her faith, that's fine and dandy. I'm not giving up my faith. I mean, I only have the Quran to guide her. I mean, yeah. I should send one of these to my adopted brother. Fortunately, I don't think he'd read it. He doesn't read anything, it seems, unless it benefits him. And we won't go there about that because he's, like you said, he's been fighting Social Security for 3 years, right? And he asked me the other day, how come you can't talk about Social Security case? because I gave him my word I wouldn't do it, right? But anyways, Social Security case is different because it's not about what happened. I mean, he got approved for SSI, right? Anyways, and I don't want to go into details, but there's a determination of my adopted brother. He's got the fire, I'll tell you that much. But thing is when you look at the mentally ill, right? The mentally ill can get rubber stamped. Literally, 99% of the time they got rubber stamped. I know 3 people are mentally ill. They got rubber stamped within 9 months of being approved by filing. They got approved. My adopted brother, 3 years later, nearly, he goes, denied. Oh, well, approved on SSI, denied on SSDI, denied at the second appeal, denied at the ALJ, the administrative law judge says he wasn't disabled. Okay, well, I'll buy that. I'm just, And I know my stepbrother. Oh, you're a traitor. No, I'm just saying I'll buy that because that's what the judge said. Then it goes to the appeals council. They're like, okay. It goes to remand. Then it gets kicked to the same ALJ. Now he's got to wait 18 months to see if the appeals council does. If the appeals council doesn't do anything, it goes to remand again. I mean, literally, what happens if he continues cycling and 7 years old, he's got a beard and he's like, I mean, literally, he'll live off of whatever the cost of living is on SSI, but he won't be happy about it. Thing is, they'll try to say he's not disabled. And so, thing is what I tried to tell him is they're trying to literally keep people off of it because the trust fund's almost drained. And by the way, before my adopted brother messages me and says, "Oh, you're wrong, really? How come for the last 40 years when my grandmother, 40 years ago, she turned around at 7 years old and says, Rita, they're going to be kicking the can for until the money runs dry because no one wants to fix it. Not even the Republicans, apparently. Not even the Democrats. None. Both parties are like, let it kick down the curb, and then when it does come, it's an auto cut across the board. And if my adopted brother was approved, hypothetically, do you think he'd accept a 26% cut across the board to start? That's what it is, give or take right now. What if they turn around and say, oh, he's a new guy, we're just going to cut him down 66% or 50%? Then he'd be like, I can't live on 50%. No one can, trust me. That is where the American people need to realize that the Social Security Administration is literally having a lot of problems. Yeah. Problems that people just, they don't want to deal with. Yeah. Okay, so the email I was looking for is Buffalo Wild Wings. Okay, cool. So, B-dub-dub. Okay, so, anyways. So, the bottom line is for all you guys out there is, the drama is he's been denied, right? So, he's got to go through again. Now, I'm trying to help him when I can. But my thing is, he's got a lawyer, and his lawyer group ain't doing jack diddly crap, in my opinion. But we won't go there because, frankly, after 3 years, it could be 10 years or 20 years or 50 years. Actually, once he hits retirement age, that's it. So they're trying to drag it out. Yet he says, oh, well, I'm going to fight it. Go for it. What if the administrative law judge turns around and the council says, oh, well, we're just going to deny it? Then what? What's he going to do? Oh, God, denied! They want to literally do something. I mean, literally. I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to sit there and piss off anyone either because every time I turn around, they're pressing me off. Well, guess what? You piss me off all the time, too. So, turn around is fair play. So, anyways, let me see here. We got a cigar company and the Buffalo Wild Wings email. So once my coffee's done, like I said, I'm going to be heading out. But I wanted to share this with you all because, frankly, I got an inspection coming up tomorrow afternoon and I have to clean. So technically I have to use the restroom. Then I got to take Moppy out. Then I got to come in and clean the office. And then I got to get the other room set up. Chloe's not going to move fast enough. I think she's trying to keep me from losing weight. That's another fucking pissed off thing. My manager said, make sure you lose your weight. No problem. Last night's email because she was up till wee hours in the morning emailing. And I was working on stuff too. And then I got Chloe going, you know. It's like, dude, is there anything we can talk about, right? So Chloe knows the whole story, but she doesn't want to do video because apparently she's like, well, I don't want it. So I don't know what the whole story is. I'm not going to, you know, she's like, oh, you're still doing a video? Oh, you're still talking shit about me? No, I'm not talking shit about you. I'm literally speaking from, I don't know what to do. I mean, literally, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Honestly. I mean, point is what am I supposed to do, right? Oh, and that reminds me, I got another thing I need to do, apparently. So, I got two things I got to do this morning. So, another project for Chloe, of course. It's always something, right? It's always something. I should send Ted the information that I need to send him. On light bulbs. Maybe he can help me choose a light bulb. So I'm going to keep him busy for a while. I'd probably like, light bulbs. I don't know. Anyways. You guys are probably sitting there thinking, well, what am I thinking about? Well, I'm trying to work on a couple things too anyways. I should send Brother Ted some information on air fryers as well. I got an air fryer. I got 3 air fryers to choose. I don't know which one. Anyways, let me see here. Okay. I want to check this real quick spec-wise. Brother Ted's always, you need to check the specs. Okay, let's check the specs then. Because I want to see what the difference is. So this one has 16 gigs of RAM. And it's got 512 SSD. 512 SSD! Rock. Yeah, I'm doing my adopted brother who's always basically complaining about something. Okay, so. There we go. So, we have the 1355U. This is the 1362H. So this is a better unit. This has 512 giggies. Alright, 7th and i7. So there's 2 i7s here. This one's silver. Well, I like the color though. It says get it in 8 days. And it's $5.99. So I may just send my brother a comparison, let him do the job. Yeah, it works. Yep, see, that's what I was looking at. So, anyways, they're all almost the same. So, yep. Silver. I like the color too. Yeah. See? I'm always looking for something. As my brother would say, I'm looking for a deal. This one's pretty good. The problem is it's a 15-inch, but it has a DDR4. So a lot of you guys have asked me time and time again what am I looking for, and it's like, well, I'm looking for a computer I could take with me that has long battery. That's the one thing I need because I have to place orders along the way. And apparently right now, it may be, I may just send a long email out once I get the cleaning done to my adopted brother, breaking down a few theories I have. He helps me out immense and I help him. But like I said, when it comes to a Social Security case, I can't just sit there and say, oh, you don't qualify, you lazy bum. So that's what the judge is saying now. I can't say that. I could just say the judge thinks you're not disabled by the law. But, you know, with everything together, this is my thing. See, I've helped people out from my point of view, helping, you know, learning and guiding. So when it comes to Social Security, for example, you know, if you have if you have like COPD from cigarettes, they'll rubber stamp you. If you have something else that's like asthma, they won't help you. If you're fat, they won't help you. If they, I mean, you could have 50 different disabilities and be like 50 disabilities, and they can go through the entire blue book and say, huh? Not as disqualified, but, you know, then go and say, oh, all these together, you know, and they're like, nope. It's like saying you have this disability from birth, right? And they say, well, you know, show us the proof. And you're like, well, my family's proof. And then all of a sudden, they don't want to give you any money. And then then the judge says, oh, you know, you're trying to use this as this and this. And the judge isn't buying it. The judge is sitting there right here. Here's what the judge is doing. The judge is going, so you have a disability, 5 years old, that made you deaf. But you worked from 18 to 55 or 60 or 70. Let's just say 70, okay, hypothetically, just to be funny. And yet you're telling me you're disabled for all this time and you didn't apply. And then the judge is like, fuck you. You're not getting any money. And then you can live on your measly, crappy money. And so forth and so on. And, you know, the judge, I'm not going to break down the entire detail, okay? It's not my job to break down the entire detail of my adopted brother's case. He trusts me under the ordained minister law and the HIPAA law pretty much to just say it, you know, without basically giving his name, his rank, his title, his this, his that. The judge literally, I've read the report, the judge literally said something to the effect of, not disabled. And I've had to use the codes and look it up. And then you got my adopted brother saying, well, the logical answer is, oh, great, more emails. What is this time? Oh, the logical answer is, you know, all my disabilities combined should get me money. It doesn't work that way. The blue book is telling you if you don't meet the blue book, and then you know, he's got this lawyer that comes in. I haven't seen the lawyer's. Oh yeah, I have. I mean, it's I have to go in and find it again, but maybe my adopted brother will whatever send me. I think he sent me a PDF. I'm gonna have to go look. Anyways, maybe in a file. I think it was on the, like, he sent it on. Well, I'll look it up real quick. I can probably pull it up for myself because I didn't save it to this computer to read, actually. That's the problem. I read it on the road, and my battery went dead, and then I told my adopted brother I need a better computer so I can handle this. And then I had to find a plug, and there was no plug in the galley, so instead of you know, trying to deal with that, I was like, well, yeah, I'll just have a nice artificial tutor. Well, the tutor, in my opinion, is a beer, but thing is so anyways, and then yeah, let me see, and I gotta clean my email up from time to time. Okay, so I believe that folder we're looking for, so if I can find it, I'll, and I'm not finding it for you, I'm finding it for me. Yeah, my brother said something or other, and wasn't this? Wasn't on my birthday. I don't think he sent me any on my birthday. He sent me a PDF, but I just can't remember what it was. It was like, he sent me, hold on. Yeah, but I think he sent me a PDF, did he not? Okay. He always sends me in PDFs. That's the problem. I couldn't find it, you know. Anyways, it's just. So when you look at it, it's like you have to find the with attachments. Oh, great. So this is the same email. Yeah, see, I just don't know. Alright, let's just move this. And then, you know, my adopted brother, he tries to use, something or other, yeah. But anyways, let me see. Alright, let's see if this works. Let's see. Ah, yes. So it's this. Let me look at this. Okay, this is the one. Alright, I guess I'll have to go through it. Thanks, brother Ted. Yeah, he sent me, and I finally found it. It was on my other laptop, that's why I couldn't find it. And so I was trying to find it, you know, to help so I can go over it, and it's like really long. So, but anyways, back to my story, because, you know, like I said, I don't have a lot of time, because I want to say, you know, that I got an order that's delayed. I got another order that's delayed. And then I got my adopted, you know, my father-in-law, who's, I was going to get him another Bible for Christmas, and he's like, oh, I got all the Bibles I need. And it's like, dude, you're telling me you have every version, and yet it is pretty damn big, you know. And so, but, you know, the drama train just continues. You know, we got a person. Someone says, Paxanda, whatever, that's fine. Take the name, please. I'm not going to take the name. I'm not taking anything, but this person here wants to basically do whatever. That's fine and dandy. We don't mind comments. We don't mind gift cards either. Anyways, so, like I said, the point I have is today's coffee time with Rita, and then when the coffee's done, I will leave and go to work on cleaning. I put together 3 different blends. So, anyways, we don't mind if people just want to sit here and spam the channel. Doesn't matter to me. So, like I said, the drama today is not that bad so far. If there's any drama, it'll be probably this evening. But the point is I got to get things moving along, because I usually drink my coffee, walk the dog, and then I do some other stuff. But here's what's happening. Okay, I'm doing YouTube, right? Because I'm doing YouTube, great. What does this person say? So, yeah, good for you. So the bottom line is when it comes to me, right? I have to finish my coffee, walk the dog, get things moving. But the problem is when I come in, I have to bark orders, because I have to get the office tidy, the hall tidy, the bedroom tidy next door, I call it a bedroom. Should be a guest bedroom. But anyways, I have a 2-bedroom. I'm quite happy and content. Yeah, and then go from there. I think like my apartment's like 880 feet, so I don't mind for that kind of content. But still, my point is that I have to bark orders because things don't get done by themselves, and to me, I just don't have time to get everything done. I mean, I have 90 minutes a day that I devote to the treadmill, and then I have 90 minutes a day for the treadmill, and then 30 minutes or so a day for my shower, and then I'm done for that part, and then I'm off to cleaning again until dinner time, and then cleaning again after dinner. And the thing is, with everyone asking me, things like, does she help clean? Yesterday it may have been like 30 minutes. Mostly I got the bathroom done, the kitchen done. Chloe did tidy up the counters, but that was about it. Turns out you're not supposed to use a orange scented degreaser on your countertops. I learned the hard way last night with Chloe on that, giving it to her. And you guys could sit there and let's see, I'm just playful. Very nice. Don't lose your train of thought on me. I'm just playful. So basically, the orange cleaner. Basically, last night I left. I used it, and then last night I put I had a large cup of apple juice on the counter, and I went to use my office here. Turns out I came back to the apple juice, and there's little flies trying to get into my apple juice. So I've realized that the countertop is what's bringing in these little flies. Usually they're called little mini sewer flies, but unfortunately the sewer flies usually stay wherever you don't see them. But this time around I found out it was 2 things. The flies are now gathering around the open cans of tamales that Chloe ate and other things. So it was really a big hassle. So... But anyways, yeah, so it is what it is, on that aspect that it was kind of funny in a way. And so yeah. Anyways, let's just finish this because I gotta get the dog walked and then I gotta get things moving along. I like my treadmill time. Hopefully I get it today. If I don't, I'll be really pissed off because I like to keep my weight down. I'm trying to lose weight. So, anyways, let's see. Very nice. Paxton. Chloe needs to rinse better. Eh? Rinse better? I don't know what Chloe needs to do. It's her damn business, not mine. I said Chloe needs to help clean better, and I'm talking about cleaning as in the apartment, not rinsing better. Now, what Chloe does is her business, but yeah, I mean, I tried to get her to come on to talk about her story, and it didn't work. So, but anyways, for all of you who haven't been here in a few years, yes, well, Chloe is back off and on. She's homeless. Now, I don't want to go into details because I do got to use the restroom and get out of here for the day. I may do a night edition too, a live night for these people that want to update then on how the cleaning's going. But basically, the bottom line is Chloe got evicted. Huh. Illegally, of course, but manager claims I wanted her off the lease. We won't go there. I never did. I told Chloe one day that the manager wasn't going to recert her if she was going to be bad behavior. Turns out not to say whatever it is, Paxanda, but since you missed a lot in the last few years, I have a 2-bedroom by myself. Chloe's literally homeless. She was thrown out because she called the manager a wop and a dago. Manager wasn't going to tolerate racism. And now Chloe keeps talking about how all redneck goons from the Trump administration type of people that voted for Trump should be under Sharia law and punished and castrated and not be baby factories and her own opinions. But basically, and then she doesn't like Hindu people, Arab people. I think she likes Arab people now because she claims she's if you're following me, she claims to be Islam, right? I was just trying to guide her a bit. Unfortunately, the problem with this is that last night, as I said to the audience, Paxanda, not that I'm going to say anything negative, is she got kicked out of the homeless shelter. She's been homeless shelter hopping for 2.5 years due to the fact that she got kicked out of here. Due to the fact that she couldn't clean. She didn't want to do dishes. That's one thing that you said, the dishes, keep up with her dishes, yes. That's the tip of it. Have you seen the pictures where the manager came in and I literally had to deep clean the entire house, when she left and the room next door? It was literally a mountain. It took 30-gallon trash bags, lawn bags of crap I had to remove. Literally donate stuff and stuff. I finally got the room organized. Yeah. And then it's a storage room. And then recently I put in a full-size bed for guests. Unfortunately, I sleep in the living room because I have if you ever see my channel when I did the tests in the living room, it shows I have a queen-size bed in there. So, basically the bottom line is so I don't have all this drama is, she got kicked out 2.5 years ago and she's been shelter hopping. Well, like I said yesterday in the drama part where my viewers, Willie and Joshua loves drama. He lives on drama. That's why I tell Josh, yeah, are you going to pay to play? Because I don't do videos that much anymore due to the fact that it's time consuming and I don't get paid for this gown. My nightgown is I bought it in 1998, so I had 4 of them. I'm down to 1, and as you can see, it's semi falling apart, but I won't get rid of it because I love Snoopy. So the bottom line so she got evicted, and for dishes, for not cleaning, for being rude to neighbors, being angry. I mean, look, every time she comes back here to try to fix things, hypothetically, she gets on meds and then she jumps off of them. So a lot of people don't want to help her because she's not willing to help herself with the medication management to stay on it permanently. And then half the time, no, hold on 1 second. I want to do something before it gets worse. So the bottom line is she gets thrown out, as everyone knows from the past. And then what happened is she shelter hopped. Well, when she got out, she went to one mental hospital. They closed down. She went to another mental hospital later and got out and came back here. So she's been in 2 mental hospitals in 2 years. And, let's see that. Oh, I hear what you're saying. Heck, meds are problem. They're not too expensive for psych meds, basically. The psych meds are, what her mom takes is the same stuff that Chloe needs to take. Chloe, but Chloe was crying last night, and, great. What is my adopted brother saying now about freaking coffee cups? He's saying something again. Okay, so basically he's talking about you can fit, so he's talking about his coffee cup. You can fit his entire head into a coffee cup. He must be wanting to drink the entire pitcher, But anyways, so thing is, Chloe needs meds, okay? Everyone says without meds, Chloe's not going to ever get into an apartment, okay? Chloe's been waiting 2.5 years, all right? The problem with Chloe is Chloe's got a temper. Look, someone antagonized her, right? Literally antagonized her. She went into the defensive last night, but when I talked to the shelter said that they just didn't kick out just one person. They literally kicked out all people. Yeah. So basically what they did was they turned around and said, hey, we're kicking out the Trumper and his wife because, well, apparently they want to make an example that if you antagonize one person, but at the same time they told Chloe to go to triage before they let her back into the shelter, and Chloe's like, well, fuck you. So what's Chloe do? As I said earlier in this video, everyone, Chloe turned around and came here. Because she came here, so, So Chloe basically turns around and literally got options. She can go to the mental health place here on the island, say I need to get medicated, or they could put her in. Look, there's a lot of people out there, people. Let me tell you the story, okay? I got caseworkers, social workers, therapists, not my therapist, all these people around me. And they all tell me, quote unquote, that that Chloe needs a group home. Now, I got a nasty email a couple years ago, around the time Pax Hannah claims to be around. They literally dead named me and claimed I was going to go to the group home. Well, I'm going to tell this person, I think his name was Reagan. Who's laughing now, Reagan? Because I'm the one sitting in the apartment and she's homeless because apparently the manager lied and took her off the lease because the manager's pissed off that she was called a wop and a dago, which is a derogatory term for Italians. That's because at 14 of staying somewhere is more dollars. At 14, got something that just came in over the thing. Hold on. That's to add another residence to their insurance. So 13 days top is safe. Yes, I'm well aware of the 13-day policy. Unfortunately, the thing is the anyways, the bottom line is you look at the big picture here, and 14 days. Yes, I know the whole 14 days thing. Unfortunately, we're not talking about the insurance thing. We're talking about Chloe. So basically, Chloe turns around, and the manager basically removed her from the lease due to the fact that somewhere on my YouTube channel, there's a video called Neighbor Wakes Up 3 in the Morning or something. That was Chloe. And because of that, people had enough and got Chloe out. Unfortunately, the manager claims I wanted Chloe off the lease, which wasn't true. But because of it, Chloe's been taken off the wait list here. The only reason why she's on the wait list now is because apparently the management company's got openings available. I mean, you got to remember, people, that the manager basically gave us a letter basically stating we're having a 2-day inspection, which was delivered yesterday, not even in a 48-hour time zone, and which means we got to deep clean the entire apartment because of it. And so that's something I wanted to share with you all. Plus the fact that, if you want to get technical, that Chloe's been island hopping and travel hopping and other issues. I mean, look, Chloe claims that she's a Muslim in Islam. Well, let's just say if you're Muslim in Islam and you're wearing a hijab and you're transgendered, you're going to be targeted by people. If you're targeted by a Christian Trumper who thinks that Donald Trump and his entire dynasty should be the emperor of the United States, and you're some sick psychophant Alaskan that's homeless, I mean, the bottom line is Chloe needs to basically control her temper. And yet, that is what keeps getting Chloe in trouble, is the fact that her thing. I mean, I'm not here to attack Chloe at all. Matter of fact, I'm trying to prove that, last night I was looking up, one of my favorite Bible quotes was in the Bible, and it was talking about the spirit of the fruit versus the spirit of the flesh, and it explained, even in the Quran it tells you if you do these things you're not getting into the kingdom of heaven. Well, you see what happened, right? So Chloe sits there and she gets mad because one person basically insults her wearing a hijab and insults her for being transgendered and stuff. And I told Chloe, look, the bottom line is I grew up 20 plus years ago. My mom says, well, you were born different. That's what my mom said. I was born intersex. And I'm going to get a lot of flack for it. But if you can basically strengthen yourself and toughen yourself, it'll roll right off you, and it has. Chloe, she's loose cannon. You say, hey, look, is that a man in a dress? Bam! She's fucking right there, fucking at the throat. They say, hey, what about me? And I heard, did you hear that? Hear what? Thank God I have a little problem, because if you guys hear, is it here? Is it? Oh, no, that's the little box there for my hearing aid batteries. But you get the idea. I got hearing aids, too. I'm going to put in today. That's the other thing, So basically, the bottom line is I try to teach Chloe the art of controlling her temper. I mean, look, I said to her, that there is a God. Bless God, bless Elohim, bless Jehovah, bless Yahweh, bless Allah. All these are the same name of the same God. It's just how you answer your doctrine. I'm an ordained minister. So, thing is, she turns around and she says last night, well, I should just be atheist. I should dress like a whore. I should dress... The thing is you sat there and you have one thing. I mean, look. And then last night I'm sitting here and I'm trying to prove to her. Let me use this Bible for an example. This is my travel Bible. By the way, this Bible has been with me for 10 plus years. Maybe 15, right? Look how old it is. You guys can be impressed with it. But I told Chloe the other day, I said, Chloe, and by the way, this is the old 1769 King James version that literally has the these, thous, and those. A lot of people think that's pretty funny. But this is like, now if you can ever read the real King James 1611 version, which I got a copy of it in the closet there. I showed Chloe it the other night. You can't barely read it unless you understand it. Now, I told Chloe if she really wants to learn about religion, She should start with reading everything Jesus said in red. Yes. And by the way, I always call this my portable scriptures to go. I could do this, and I used to read it all the time on the bus. And when I got mad or angry, let me just tell you this, and I've told this story many times over, and I better tell it again. So when I got angry, I would sit there, and I would have to read. My husband would tell me this, and I would read Galatians every time. The spirit of the flesh versus the spirit of spirit. The fruit of the flesh versus the fruit of the spirit, right? And so, anytime I got out of hand, hubby Aaron would tell me to read that and other scriptures that would literally basically tell me that I could be going to hell, right? Yeah. And yet, we're all saved through Jesus Christ. Yeah. Now, Chloe, of course, here's where it gets interesting. Chloe says she doesn't want to be Christian because there's too many MAGA asshole Trumpers who believe that they're going to heaven for discriminating against people like her. So she chose Islam to tell them they're all going to hell. Fortunately, that's not a reason to choose a religion. The reason to choose a religion is, and remember what I said earlier in the Ray Stedman Bible, where it states how you get salvation. Now, through Jesus Christ, He died for our sins, so we're saved, right? In the Islam faith, you have to follow the laws of Islam. You have to give alms, aka charity. You have to do your 5 prayers a day, and you have to do Ramadan. Well, and you got to try to get to the pilgrimage. Now, how many transgender people whose Islam's going to actually dress up in a full hijab and everything and go to Mecca to their pilgrimage? I have not seen many of those. Yeah. Well, apparently someone did bother her. There were some Trumpers. Trumpers attacked her for being transgender. Trumpers attacked her for... she's got the prayer mat. She's got the hijab. She's got all this. I even picked her up a Quran. An actual hardbound Quran. There's another Quran I'd like to read, but I'm not paying $70. And by Allah's beard, they should be shipping it from America instead. Every other country gets it except America. So... this one here is pretty good. This edition is really good. I highly recommend this one. Fortunately, like I said, I'd send my brother one, but I don't think he'd read. So, and I have other copies. This is the Arabic version, Arabic English. This one's the actual one I use when I'm on the toilet, which hypothetically, again, they say don't read it. It's sacrilegious. My first Quran was this one. First one I ever got in the mail for free was this one. See how small it is? Yeah. I always liked this one because I took it with me everywhere. But then recently I wanted a hardbound. And, you see, this was the only one I could understand. The other Qurans I couldn't understand because, well, they made it too small. For example, this Quran, small. Chloe always, oh, look, it's a travel site. Then read it. Then there's this one. The clear Quran. So to me, I found the best Quran is the one you're going to read the most. And that's the Al-Quran, which means the Quran. So the bottom line is, my friends, is when it comes to Chloe, I'm not belittling her, but she needs to control her temper. And if a religion ain't going to basically control her temper, then I don't know what will. I mean, literally, I think medication's the only thing that's going to work. Yes, Jesus asked Magdalene about her husband. She said she has no man, but she has her 5 senses, and Jesus was proud she knew the difference. Yes, I remember that. He says, bring your husband, and then Jesus, and he explained it to her. Yeah, it was at the well, I think it was, right? Yes. Yes, the one you need the most is the one. Well, there's an old prophecy that, an old proverb that someone used to ask me, Reverend, which Bible do you read? The one you read the most. Now, with me, of course, I like the NLT the best because it's easy to understand. I started with the King James version, the actual these, the thousand, the those. That's this one. Then I ended up with the NLT, which I fell in love with. Then eventually, I read the NLT too many times. And then my husband got me one of these white Bibles, another King James, for a gift. And then I went and bought my Fire Bible, the MEV, like that version. And then my father-in-law, then Chloe got me the NLT Chronological Bible. And then my father-in-law got me this one. Started reading this, by the way. This is what I currently am reading. The NLT Illustrated. Then my father-in-law, for my birthday, everyone knows this story, apparently. Oh, he got me this a couple years ago, like 2020. I find the New Testament to be really good, too. So I'm currently on Thessalonians. So you can see I'm very devoted to my scriptures. Anyways, the bottom line is because of the Bible incident, there was a Bible that was shipped to me. It was the New King James Version. I was looking forward to reading it, I told my father-in-law. But as you guys heard the story, the Bible, when I opened the box, right, for my birthday present, my birthday is August 9th. That's why I said I haven't seen any gift cards for any of you humble people that like drama on this channel. Not that I'm mooching or anything. That what happened is the New King James Version that we got, right, was, funny story about it is I got it on the 8th of August. I opened it the 9th of August, and the library, and the New King James Version, it was called the Thompson Chain Bible, looked like it was ran over by a dump truck, yeah. So I get on Amazon, they say, oh, well, this looks like you destroyed it. How can the box be perfect yet the packing inside was wrong? I don't know. So what happens? They send me a shipping label reluctantly. Currently, they keep changing the refund date. And it says right here, the one guy tells me the other day, I know Josh loves this drama, says to me that the refund should have been issued. Right? But they're not going to give a refund. Why? Well, apparently for one, I dropped it off. I initiated the return on the 10th. They reluctantly gave me a shipping label on the 10th. I dropped it off on the 11th. 4 days later, it gets to them. And now it's saying the current estimated delivery date for refund is like September 30th. They got to decide if they want to give a refund because this Bible looked like it was ran over by a dump truck. So there goes my birthday present, right? So Josh, let me just say, because I always joke about, are you willing to pay to play for the drama? The thing is when it comes to the Bible, the old man says to me the other day, well, you need to go and buy, right? You need to go and buy a new one. But I was going to buy on Amazon because I'm pissed off because of two reasons. Like I said, Amazon turns around and they turn around and they deny my refund right now. They turn around and deny my refund, which is fine and dandy, right? You're like, oh, well, it's just a refund, right? Fine and dandy. They deny the refund, and then what they do is they turn around, and then they tell me, right? This is how lazy Amazon is, that I need to cancel one of my orders. Here it is. So, the Thompson Chain Bible, right? My father-in-law paid like $31.76 with tax, right? Well, he thought, oh, I'm going to get it for Rita on Amazon, right? So he does. Nice little Bible, right? If it was in one piece. Fortunately, Amazon says, well, you destroyed it. So they're arguing. So what's the old man telling me? I got to go and buy another Thompson Bible, on my own dime, because that's what he wants for my birthday, when he promises me a gift card in replacement of the overage, right? So what did I do? I had to spend $60+ for this new Thompson, because he's like, well, you're being selfish. You got to go through Amazon. I don't want to pay. But then he says, oh, well, that's fine, right? Then he lies, right? So what I did was I was like, you know what? So I got this new Bible coming, but thing is, I couldn't afford it this month. I could have waited to payday, but the old man was pushing me. And so to me, it pissed me off because they're telling me, right? Oh, you can wait, you can wait. Well, the reason I'm pissed off at Amazon is I did an experiment, right? I went ahead and ordered paper. That paper came. My paper, that's all my printer paper, came in, right? Josh enjoyed the drama. But the first paper order I ordered for August 12th says, delivery date currently unavailable. We're sorry your delivery is late. We'll notify you if you have any new updates. They haven't notified me, right? You can also cancel if you wish. I don't want to cancel. So it says right here, please return the refund. See, they're now telling me they're going to, right? It says here, package left shipper facility on August 11th, right? Or August 12th. Package arrived at carrier. Package being processed by carrier. Package is out for delivery on the 13th. 2 days later, it comes back. Package being processed again. Package arrived at carrier 3 hours after package arrived at carrier facility. No one knows where it's at, right? Then it says Monday. This was yesterday. Package being processed at carrier facility. Package arrival at carrier facility today. So where's my second batch of paper? My third batch of paper, that batch number 1, okay. Batch number 2 came in, right? Batch number 3 was at Walmart. I told them this, right? So meanwhile, they're trying to force me to get a refund. And I'm basically saying, let's see how long this takes to play out. Yeah? Because I'm pissed off at Walmart. Or, I'm sorry, Amazon. And the old man's like, oh, it's just a shipping error. Right. It gets loaded on a truck and magically disappears. I guess I could buy that if that's what I wanted, but I don't want it, you know? Great advice. Yep. Sheesh, those customer service people are already getting commissions. They're asking for tips now. It's impossible to get them to think straight. So basically, the customer service guy keeps telling me to just cancel on the computer. But it says there, if it gets shipped, I have to return the refund. See, now they're telling me I got to return the refund. So, how crazy is that, guys? I mean, literally. It says right here, cancel, get refund. In the rare event this cancellation is unsuccessful and the carrier delivers the package, please return it to receive a refund. Wow! Please return it for a refund. So right now it's telling me, we are sorry for your delivery is late. We will notify you if there are any updates. You can also cancel for a refund if you prefer. Really? So I ordered this a week ago today. And a week ago today, excuse me 1 second. And it's still delayed. Give me 1 second or two. Yeah, what's up? I'm still on live for a few more minutes.
Alright, then we got lunch and then we got cleaning.
You got lunch. I don't eat lunch.
Okay.
It's too expensive. Eating lunch would only make the food go down faster.
So you only eat once a day?
Yes. See, my next plan is I want to get on my treadmill as soon as I'm done with my
I
coffee.
eat twice a day.
Now you're going to complain.
What's that?
I said, now you're going to complain.
I'm not here to complain.
Yeah, you are. You're complaining about the smell.
We took a shit.
Yeah, I'm a big one too. I couldn't hold it.
Well, I'm gonna get a hot dog tray. I gotta pee.
I gotta get on my treadmill soon anyways. 4 hot dog buns, then you have to switch over to either hamburgers or something else.
Switch over to burgers.
With negative patties? I mean, without buns? Ugh, that felt better. Pre-processed corn dogs.
I gotta pee.
Go ahead, I need to flush. Alright, peeps, sorry about that. Had to use the toilet, couldn't hold it much longer. So basically, like I said, I'm getting ready to disappear because I have to get going. But let me just tell you, so Chloe gets in yesterday, like I said, and she tried to call her mom for some funds. I sent all Chloe my money, what's left, for her to get down here because she has nowhere to go. So the bottom line is she needs to basically be grateful she has a place. Apparently that's one thing that's funny, you know. An error a human needs to catch when it's glitching, you know. Should be free when it's this late. Yeah, but they're not doing it. That's the thing. They don't want to give me any more refunds. Apparently that's the fucking problem. Paxanda. I mean, they literally don't want to give me any refunds. That's the problem with these idiots. They're like, oh, you want a refund? I mean, literally, look at what they're doing with the Bible that was destroyed. They keep pushing the date off. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, I could use a gift card or two right now because I mean, literally, let me tell you guys a story, okay? More drama for Josh, even though I think Josh should be paying for the drama. And a nice gift card from Amazon wouldn't be too bad. Anyways, it goes like this. So, Chloe says to me, well, I'm going to have some lunch. You can have lunch. You got hot dogs to eat for lunch. You got hamburgers you can eat for lunch or dinner. You got sausages you can eat for lunch or dinner. Fortunately, the problem with Chloe is as long as she's here, the freezer's going to start to get knocked down because the problem is Chloe complained when she was here about foods. She was complaining about food. Oh, well, why is our freezer so full? Because God's got a plan, right? God knew Chloe's coming back because Chloe basically, jumped ship and came back here. And because Chloe came back here, guess what happened? Freezer's now going to be eaten down. So, basically, no worries. Like I said, I apologize for running to the toilet. But basically, the freezer's full, right? So, Chloe's all now complaining, oh, well, I need 2 meals a day. I don't, because right now I'm losing weight. The doctor told me I have to lose weight, so I've been eating 1 meal a day. Of course, I eat 1 large meal, and the rest of the time I'm sucking up coffee. Fortunately for Chloe, of course, Chloe's angry because Chloe's, angry because of it. I'm like, dude, I mean, you don't see me complaining about the food bill, right? I mean, right now, which reminds me, Chloe, of course, let me just go and do a couple things. Chloe's all cranky anyways, so apparently, Chloe, here's another problem with Chloe, okay? So Chloe turns around, hold on a sec. I gotta check on some anyways. I gotta make sure we add what we need to add. Currently, Chloe's always telling me to add stuff to the shopping list, right? For groceries, so I fill the shopping cart up, and then once a month we empty it. But anyways, Chloe's all complaining right now. There's like so much grog in here. I mean, there's grog and coffee. That's all we have is booze and coffee and a few pot pies. So, anyways, and sausage links. But anyways, I want to go to the reorder program because, Chloe's like, I need my food. Okay, so when you go to the reorder page, I have to look at what we're buying currently, and this will tell us, like, there's frozen foods. But the thing is, you don't buy something unless you actually, I want to get 4 more of these. Yes. So I go in here and then I look at the stuff on the reorder page, and this will help us with the reorders. Yeah. And then I adjust as we need, and it works. Yeah. There we go. And then what we do is we go in here and we just modify it. Like for me, of course, I can delete some stuff too. Yeah. And as we go, we just go and delete things because it is what it is. But coffee is getting to the point. That's the other thing. Chloe's like, oh, there's too much coffee. So you got to look at what you need and what you don't need and go from there. So that's, yeah. And so then what I do is I go through the list here, and I will slowly deplete the list, and as it gets lower and lower, then then it's done. Yeah. And then the bill gets cheaper. But that's where I go in and I make adjustments as I go, and then that tells us exactly what we need. And then as we do it, it'll literally help us out immensely. Yeah, so, but we also need the space for it. So that's where I come in, and then Chloe's like, you're head of household, because, you know, when she went and moves them, she said, I'm head of household, so I make the decisions. Okay, well, so now it's, she's all pissed off because of the world owes her, and the world doesn't owe her. So, to me, it is what it is, you know, and, yeah, so to me, it's like I'm the one making it. So I'm more afraid right now that, you know, we're going to have to restock the freezer again because she's, 2-3 meals a day. I mean, she ate cereal, she ate corn dogs, she ate hot dogs, she ate 4 cans of tamales. I mean, I told her mom, I said, I've never seen someone come in here and just start sucking up the food like crazy. And she's got cases and cases of ramen. Eat that up too. Well, I don't want ramen, I want hot dogs. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Yeah. And now I get an email from Google saying, get the new Google Pixel. I don't care for Google Pixel. Now, I don't want to know about the Google Pixel. I want to know about nothing. Actually, I got my Android phone somewhere anyways. My Motorola, you know. Yes. So apparently, I'm still in good graces with Chloe's mom after Chloe's mom threatened a restraining order against her. Well, coffee is nothing till you put something in it. Yes, we all enforce unity. Yes, but the problem is Chloe can't drink coffee, so she's stuck with water and stuff, you know. And that's the other thing. My water supply is going down faster. I buy it by the bulk at Costco. She won't replace it, so again, you know, there's a lot of problems out there, anyways. But, it's time for me around now to get the dog walked, because like I said, I have to get the cleaning started. Chloe's gonna cook, I'm gonna get the dog walked, and then I'm ready to start my day, due to the fact that I have a lot to get done today. It doesn't get done by itself, people. Doing YouTube vids, I may grant you guys an audience this evening if I get everything done in a timely manner. So just to share that with you, because like I said, I can't be here all day. Dogs gotta go. I gotta get things moving along, and I keep getting emails from all these companies being like, hey, you know, yeah. So, but we'll see how well everything plays out. So, but anyways, like I said, I'm kind of pissed off at Amazon, but I don't mind a Walmart gift card if you guys want to give me one of those. I mean, you know, you can send me one that way through my my About Me page. My email address is always available. But yeah, I'm just so busy that I don't have the time, or Amazon if you wish, gift card, or Best Buy, or you know, those are eBay, you know. So anyways, like I said, I gotta get going. So if you guys want to watch another video tonight, maybe things will get better. So yeah, like I said, please please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion if you like this channel. Please think about subscribing. Hit that bell notification if you want to donate because you like content or you like the drama or whatnot. I take Amazon, eBay, and Best Buy and Walmart gift cards. Amazon and Walmart are preferred. eBay is preferred too. You can find my email address in my About Me page at sanjuanislandprepper@yahoo.com or sanjuanislandprepper@aol.com. Thank you so much for watching, people, and I will see you in the next video. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestions. Hit the like, subscribe button so it's fun for your family, including your dogs, cats, your bunnies, service dogs, service bunnies. Hit the bell notification, thumbs up button. Keep the videos tuned in. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.